Today we delve into the enigmatic and haunting world of the Winchester Mystery House. Nestled in San Jose, California, this sprawling mansion is not just an architectural wonder, but a labyrinth of mystery and superstition. Built by Sarah Winchester, the widow of the firearm magnate, the house is famously known for its bizarre design choices and endless construction, rumored to be influenced by the spirits of those who fell to her husband's inventions. Join us as we explore the eerie history, the legends that surround this peculiar estate, and the unanswered questions that continue to captivate visitors and paranormal enthusiasts alike. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, there's something here for everyone. Now let's unlock the secrets of the Winchester Mystery House.
I'm Sammy.
And I'm Nicole.
And we are Spooky Sleuths.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Welcome back to Spooky Sleuths.
We're so excited. It feels like it's been forever since it's been spooky season.
Yeah, but spooky season never ends for us, thankfully.
No, thankfully. So Nicole gets to talk about the Winchester Mystery House today.
Which is probably at the very top of my bucket list. Like ever since the movie Rose Red came out, which is, based on that, it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I definitely think we need a California trip. We have a few destinations on our list.
Cross-country trip. We'll just stop everywhere we want to stop. Unfortunately for right now, Sammy can't quit her day job yet.
I can't.
Okay, so let's get into the Winchester Mystery House. The house was built by Sarah Winchester, so we'll start there. Born Sarah Lockwood Pardee, Sarah was born in either 1839 or 1840. Sources seem to vary on that. She was born in New Haven, Connecticut to Sarah Burns and Leonard and Leonard Pardee, who was the manager of the city bathing house until he became a carpenter.
I think it's super interesting how back then girls used to be named after their mothers.
Right.
And we don't do that anymore. You didn't name your daughter Nicole. It's just, or Catherine, but it's just weird that we don't do that anymore. We still name boys after their fathers, but
yeah, and generally if females are named after someone, it's their grandmother or their great-grandmother.
Right. Or some even are named after their fathers. They just change, if it's
like the spelling or the...
Yeah.
Or if it's, I don't know, Sam, it's Samantha.
Right. Yes.
Sarah's father was rather progressive for the time, as he was part of the abolitionists and free thinkers.
Oh.
Sarah was a smart student and learned 4 different languages, which is a feat.
You know who also was an abolitionist?
Who?
Alexander Hamilton. Just a fun fact of the day.
I would know that if somebody would watch Hamilton with me. That still needs to be on our to-do list.
How many times I've watched Rocky Horror for you?
Yep. I haven't watched it yet this season. I need to change that. She was also brilliant in music, math, and science. Sarah was a tiny woman and only 4 foot 10 inches and 95 pounds.
Oh, wow.
But she was very beautiful and was nicknamed the Belle of New Haven.
Oh.
Sarah would go on to marry her childhood friend, William Winchester, on September 30th, 1862. William's father was a co-owner of the Winchester Davies shirt manufactory. William was being groomed to take over for his father, as they do,
right,
and inherit the family business, but he sold his shares of the business to assist his father in the firearms business.
Oh, okay. So that's how we got all involved. Because, shirt manufacturing, well, that doesn't really line up with what we know Winchester to be.
Exactly. His father purchased Volcanic Arms Company and changed the name to Winchester Repeating Arms Company in 1866. William began working for his father as the secretary at first.
Oh, so he had to work his way up a little bit.
Yeah, his father didn't just hand it to him, which is interesting.
Yeah.
The Winchester Repeating Arms Company became extremely successful. They sold more than 700,000 weapons from 1873 to 1916.
Oh, wow.
That's a lot of weapons and not a large span of time. Their Model 1873 weapon was commonly known as the Pew Pew that won the West. Many famous people carried Winchester weapons, including Buffalo Bill Cody, Annie Oakley, and Theodore Roosevelt.
I actually know who all of those people are.
Right? It's impressive. So Sarah ended up marrying into the weapon tycoon family. But those years weren't the best for the family. Sarah and William had a baby girl in June of 1866 named Annie. Unfortunately, Annie was unable to process calories, and she passed away from malnourishment at 60 weeks old.
That's really sad.
That would be difficult.
It would be.
I mean, it's difficult anytime you lose a child.
Right.
But there's nothing you can do except for watch your poor baby starve to death.
And the baby passing away that way is just really unfortunate. It's really sad.
Right. It's borderline cruel.
Right.
Not that anyone could have prevented it or done anything. I'm not blaming anybody for anything. It's just that would be horrible. That
nature of death was
horrible.
Probably one of the worst ways. I don't know. I get really crabby and I feel like I'm going to die when I'm hungry. So I imagine that would be actually horrible. Being malnourished is really painful.
The couple didn't have any more children, but more tragedy awaited them. In March of 1881, William died from tuberculosis.
Not uncommon for that time, but still very sad.
This poor woman. After William died, Sarah inherited 50% of the Winchester Repeating Arms Company, which was worth $20 million at that time.
Okay.
She used that money to endow the Winchester Chest Clinic and New Haven Yale Hospital.
Oh, that's really great.
Right? After opening the clinic, she left Connecticut to California, where she had extended family.
I didn't know that she did some philanthropy.
Right. I didn't either. I thought that her husband passed away and then she just kept building on the house.
Right.
Sarah moved to San Jose, California and purchased 40 acres of land in 1886. I also didn't know that he wasn't a part of the Winchester house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I thought that...
I did too. I thought they lived there together and he passed away and she just kind of...
kept building. And I don't know if that's because of Rose Red. Like, you know what I mean? Because sometimes, like, the movies you watch all the time kind of taint your perception for what actually happened.
Yes.
The land had an 8-room cottage on it already for her to live in, so she moved there and was able to move in. However, she decided to build a 160-room mansion.
Oh my God.
As a single woman a widowed woman, not...
Yeah. And I'm sure she could afford people to clean it, but my first thought is, how do you keep it clean?
Right. Even without kids dirtying it up.
Right.
Like the dusting alone would be awful.
Not me pretending that I dust.
And it covered over 24,000 square feet.
That's insane.
Like when CJ and I were looking for a house, we didn't want anything over 3,000 square feet because we didn't want that much house.
Right.
No.
I think I have like 500 square feet.
Right. It's an apartment. Jeez. You act like your landlords are some slumlords. Jeez. This renovation took almost 40 years to fully complete. And was it ever really complete?
Right.
The home featured 10,000 windows, 2,000 doors, 52 skylights, 47 stairways and fireplaces. Some stairways led to nowhere. 17 chimneys, 13 bathrooms. I just want a second bathroom.
I don't want to clean the one bathroom I have.
Same.
And who's washing all those windows?
And 6 kitchens.
Why do you need 6 kitchens?
I don't know. She loved the number 13 for some reason. So she had 13 chandeliers, 13 bathrooms, 13 hooks, 13 robes. But this was suspected that this was added after her death.
Mm.
The cost for these renovations would have cost Sarah $5 million back then, or $71 million today.
Oh my God.
Like, why?
Like,
tell me you're a bored widow without telling me you're a bored widow.
I have looked at houses on Zillow, like, you know, those like guilty pleasure houses.
Yeah.
Like, if I was a millionaire, I would buy this $4 million house. 71 million.
Yeah, that is insane. That is insanity. It makes it easier to swallow knowing
Does it? Knowing that I'm yawning right there?
Yes, you did the yawning thing. It's been a minute since you've done that.
Really tired.
Anyways, it makes it easier to swallow that she spent all that money knowing she had the philanthropy stuff as well. Like she didn't just, I mean, she did spend that much money.
She only spent $5 million over $20 million on that. So,
well, and it was only $5 million in the house.
Yeah.
So
5 of her $20 million. Yeah.
So the rest of it wasn't all philanthropy, but at least there was some.
Well, no, she had to pay like 17 housekeepers.
At least. And 6 cooks, 1 for each
Right.
kitchen. It's no debate that this house is a beautiful and strange destination. But why did Sarah never stop working on the house? There are many different theories to this question. The first is that Sarah believed it would help keep the spirits of those killed by Winchester weapons away from her.
Okay.
She built the house the way she did, with so many rooms and hallways and stairs that led to nowhere, to confuse and ward off evil spirits.
I get that. Kinda.
I mean, I get that, but also, get out of the psychic's room. The folklore behind the theory says that a medium told her to build a house with room for those spirits. Mm-hmm. Some think that's a crazy theory, especially her lawyer's son, Roy Lieb, who stated, Miss Winchester was a snake and clear-headed woman as I have ever known, and she had a better grasp of business and financial affairs than most men. The commonly believed supposition that she had hallucinations is all bunk.
Okay.
However, she is known to have hosted seances every night in her gardener's bedroom. So maybe she was sane and just very spiritual.
Right.
Which, I mean, that's a thing. We can do that.
I'd hold a seance every day if I could.
I mean, maybe not every day. We have things we have to do. Oh, but she had all those millions of dollars and 17 housekeepers and 6 cooks. She probably had time. Another theory is that Sarah believed that continuously remodeling the house would help keep her alive.
Which I see that too. A lot of people, as they get older, they do things to keep them busy. And how many times do they say, I garden, it keeps me alive. I got to come back so I can water these.
Right.
Yeah.
Others believe that it was to distract herself from the grief and depression after the loss of her husband and daughter.
Also see that.
I'm sure both of those things are true.
Right.
Whatever her reasoning, she did not complete the construction. It was still ongoing when she passed away. Today, the house is a haunted tourist attraction, one that we would love to investigate one day. However, it is said that the family of Sarah is not happy that her home is being used in this manner. But if that's what Sarah was into, it's good for her legacy.
I think where they're coming from, maybe that they aren't thrilled that they're thinking about not their mom, because she didn't have any more children, that Sarah is not being portrayed for all of the generous and philanthropic things that she did. She's known for this haunted house now. Right.
But I get the vibe that that's what Sarah would have exactly wanted.
Maybe.
I mean, if she's holding all these public seances in her gardener's bedroom, yeah. But there are several claims of paranormal activity that have come out of the home, so let's talk about them.
Okay.
There are 3 types of hauntings known to the home: residual hauntings, intelligent hauntings, and shadow figures.
Okay.
Residual hauntings are kind of like a spirit replaying activities they would have done on life, just on repeat. Like the housekeepers continuing to dust, that kind of thing. The grand ballroom of the home and the basement are known to have a residual haunting by the wheelbarrow ghost.
Oh.
He's supposed...
Wait, say that again.
Wheelbarrow ghost. I didn't mean to say wheelbarrow, but I was just going to roll with it. Haunting by the wheelbarrow ghost. He's supposedly working on the fireplace or pushing a wheelbarrow full of ash or coal.
Okay.
Intelligent hauntings are those spirits that seem to be conscious. They interact with humans, respond to questions, and understand that they're a spirit. Reports are plentiful at the Winchester Mystery House with intelligent hauntings. During tours, guests experience tugs on their shirts or skirts and footsteps. The spirits also communicate with paranormal investigators, giving intelligent responses to questions that are asked.
A lot of times I feel like we interact with intelligent spirits at many of the locations that we visit. Some of the older ones, like when we would hear footsteps at Moundsville, those are probably just residual people walking, like the guards walking up the hall or something, but when we go to like the Bel Air house and we're getting answers to our questions, we're intelligently interacting, those are more intelligent hauntings. And I feel like that happens more often for us.
Yeah, which I'm not mad about.
No.
The last type of haunting experienced at the Mystery House are shadow figures. The house is no stranger to these shadows that resemble people. These figures are seen peeking around corners, walking down hallways, and looking out the windows.
I hate shadow figures.
They're my least favorite.
They scare me.
That's why.
I would rather have something pinch me or pull my hair than have me see a shadow figure.
Which is, that's saying something. Like, I would rather you push me down a flight of stairs than me see you. The Winchester Mystery House is just that. It's a complete mystery. We will never know Sarah's intent behind the house. We'll never know why it's haunted. Could it be the souls of the people that lost their lives to Winchester weapons? Or did her seances draw spirits in? Because that's a thing, too.
Right.
Did she open up a bunch of portals? Is Sarah herself a spirit in the home? We hope to one day visit the home and maybe we can find some answers.
Maybe.
That'd be so cool.
We'll have to put that on our 2026 list.
We might have enough money saved by then. It definitely is happening in 2025. That's only 2 months away at this point. If you guys made it this far in the video, leave us a house emoji. And make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share this video with your friends. We want more people to hear about this house because it's one of the coolest places. At least I think so. I've not been there, but I want to go. So share this as much as you can. If you're listening on Apple or Spotify, make sure you leave us a rate and review. And on Spotify, you can also leave comments now.
Make sure you check us out on TikTok and Instagram at Spooky Sleuths Pod, where we post TikToks every day, at least once a day, and occasionally go live.
And on that note, stay spooky, friends.